What's up, guys? So, as many people are, we're trying to get ready for the cold spell that's coming through. I think it's supposed to get down to, I don't know, single digits with wind chill, close to negative 15. So, we're not used to that here, so we're trying to get things ready for Phyllis and the chickens. So, my dad and I are fixing to try to rig up something for Phyllis to be able to get in out of the weather. So you guys come on, follow along with us and see what we come up with, because right now we have zero idea what that's going to look like. So we have the stanchion out from the gate or from the fence. So what we did is we have a little area that's kind of down in a hole that we're going to put her paddock in. We're gonna make the paddock big enough for several days. I think it's supposed to be 72 hours that the weather's supposed to be below freezing. So we're trying to use woods, the creek. There's a creek right there, so she should be able to get water. So we're trying to get her in out of the wind the best we can. We don't have a barn per se. We have one, but it's not really set up to milk and for her to be in. It's not really that large because we have goats and stuff in the barn as well. So Paul Moore, what are we gonna do?
Put the camera down and go to work.
Yeah, so he's in the hurry up mode. But anyway, we gotta document this. So we'll document it and figure out what we're gonna do and let you follow along. So this is our redneck attempt to try to find a way to keep her out of the wind. And so the only thing we had was the milking stanchion, and so that direction right there is north, and so that's where we're thinking the wind is going to be coming through, and wind's supposed to be between 20 and 30 miles an hour. And so our thinking is that if we could get her, we're going to take this board out, because really that board right there is just structural. So when we're moving it, it keeps it from flexing too bad. So we're going to take that out. And the thought is, if we can, put some hay in there and she could get in here and get out of the wind throughout the night. And then as we're milking, she'll be able to come in, go through the head gate and milk, and it gives us a little bit of room to, if we want to close this in some more, we could, or kind of whatever we want to do. So we're going to actually, there she is now. So tomorrow's paddock is going to connect that fence all the way over here. I'm going to close all this in, leave her here, because the creek is right here. And so the thought is we could keep, the creek is less likely to freeze, we're hoping, because it runs right there. You can hear it and see it. So Dad come in here with the tractor, cleared all this off, so she has a way to get to the creek water. That takes care of that. Our little contraption right there gets her out of the wind, allows us to get in there and milk her, and her be out of the wind while we milk. Put some hay in there. And so yeah, we're just doing the best we can because we don't have a barn built yet. It's one of the things that we're going to do, just haven't had a chance to do it. Kind of helps us with some of the Arctic weather that's coming through. It's gonna be 72 hours of below freezing. So if the wind starts coming in from this direction, we're gonna have to maybe add some more wood. So we're just gonna have to play it by ear. We're done. The only thing we have left to do is to put we're gonna put some hay in there in case she wants to go in there and lay down. Many of you guys will probably ask, Why did you leave this part open right here? Well, that's the side we milk from, and the thought is Phyllis is not known to kick, but if she does get to kicking, it gives us an out. It allows us a space to get out of the way. But if it gets to where the wind's really bad from that direction, we may have to rethink that. Maybe lean a piece of wood up to it. So I went to Lowe's and purchased 4 pieces of tin, 8 foot long, and it was $158. I was like, oh my goodness. So I went and bought 8 pieces of OSB board instead of using 10, and it was $98. So good bit cheaper to do it with the OSB board. Have a couple boards left over so that I'm going to take back. This looks super janky back here, but we did this in a way so we won't have to cut the boards, and so we can reuse these boards. We have some more projects coming up later in the winter, and so we wanted to be able to use these boards if we could and keep it intact as best as we can. We've made the paddock big because the goal is not to try to move her during this cold spell. So the paddock's really big, and she has access to water at the creek. We'll bring her hay every morning, milk her every morning. So yeah, this is our winter, our Arctic freeze warning that's coming. This is our plan. We even got some scrap pieces of wood that we put right here. Moved some pine straw and stuff up so the wind couldn't get in. Put a little piece on the top for her. The thought is to see if we can get her to get up in there. We put a little roof. So you can see this. Put a little roof up there for her to kind of get in and get out of the wind while we're milking. Left a hole in the top just so we can have some light come in here. So I think my dad, are you gonna try to put her in a stanchion? Okay. So anyway, she's coming over here. She found some grass up on the hill she likes. So we're not sure how she'll act trying to get in this thing, but we shall see. We'll document it. So this is it. Now on to the chickens. We got a heat plate for the chickens. We're gonna put some heat lamps in there for them to keep them warm. Heat plate for them to keep warm. But we also got a water warmer. So we're gonna try that, see if it works. Actually, Dad's going to get some today to see if he can put it under the goat's water to see if it works. So if we think about it, we'll try to document that as well. He's driving this up. So, all right, guys, let's go take care of the chickens. So up here at the chicken coop, we put a electric warming plate that the water sits on. We just plug that in. Let me see if I can get right here. But it's right there. That's what that is. That is a metal heating plate. We have that plugged in, and then we also have, let me see if I can get some footage of that. We have a heat lamp in here with the chickens. We also have one over here in this other coop too. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So put some heat in there for them, and that heat plate for the water. So should be good to go. We're gonna bring you guys along tomorrow for sure, and we may try to do it every day during this cold spell. I'll let you guys follow along with us while we milk and do chores. So see you tomorrow. This is our first morning milking in our makeshift cold weather shelter. There's Phyllis. She doesn't seem to mind, so she come in here really easy. You can kind of see, like I said yesterday, we only went halfway on another video at some point. Anyway, just went halfway with that piece of plywood there. So if Caitlin needs to get out of the way or something, she has an exit strategy without having to walk right behind her. We have everything else closed in, even right over the head gate. We've got that closed in too, so that she can get her head up out of the wind. And we noticed that she came in here last night and got out of the wind a little bit and out of the weather last night because there was some poop in here this morning. So far so good. She seems to be okay with it. This is only temporary. Next week we're gonna take all this wood down, and we were able to not cut many of the boards. I think we had to cut 2 of them, but so we're gonna be able to reuse this stuff for some other projects. So that's a good thing. And this OSB board was, I think, 11 something a piece, so not that expensive.
Good morning. We are trying to get everything ready for this cold weather that's coming in. Like Matt said earlier, it's supposed to be like in single digits. Not real thrilled about it. Having to get up and milk in the cold is not something I'm looking forward to, but it'll be okay. It's only a couple of days. I think Friday is going to be the worst this week, and then I think it's supposed to start warming back up, so it'll be good. We got Phyllis's milking station all set up. They enclosed it, so we don't have access to a barn here. There is a barn, but it's the goat's barn, and so we don't have access to it to bring the cow in. There's not enough space for her and all the goats, so we had to figure something out. We wanted a place for her to be able to get out from the wind and cold, but also when we're milking to not be freezing out here. So they took the stanchion that we already had and put it like up nestled against the woods, and then enclosed that all and made like a little hutch. It's pretty cool. So we milked her in it this morning just to kind of see how it went. She did great. She went right in, no problems, and it wasn't too tight in there or anything. It was really good, and it seemed to block out, some of the wind, which is not as windy today or as cold. So the true test will be tomorrow. We'll bring y'all along. Try to remember to film while we're freezing, but I'm really impressed with the little makeshift barn per se that they made. But we also trying to make sure that also in this paddock where she's set up, she has access to the creek, which has running water, so hopefully it will not freeze. I mean, that is the goal. So she should have access to water, not have to worry about her watering tank freezing. For the chickens, we got a heating plate that goes underneath their waterer that will keep it warm, so they will have water. And we also got out like our heat lamps and our other heating plate that we normally use with our baby chicks, and we've put those in their coops. That way they'll be warm as well. So I'm thinking we got everybody taken care of, but we will find out for sure tomorrow. Good morning. It is, what day of the week is this? Friday. Friday morning. And this was supposed to be the coldest morning, I guess, of the year. It is currently 14 degrees. So not as cold as we thought, I guess. And it doesn't seem to be quite as windy as what we thought. The wind came overnight. It was extremely windy. It kept waking me up. It was so loud. So I'm like really bundled up. Might be overkill, but we'll see. Rather have too much than not enough. What do you think, Matt?
I'm ready. I'm ready to get this over with.
Yeah. So I think so today, Saturday and Sunday, I think are all supposed to be pretty cold.
It's not good above freezing.
Yeah. So anyways, we don't have much to do. We just got to milk the cow and collect the eggs, make sure everybody's food and water source is good to go. We'll take you out there with us. Okay, I was wrong. Look, my glasses keep fogging up. I have to put my contacts in tomorrow.
She said it's not cold.
It's freezing. So cold. Ugh. All right, bust it up. She poop all in there?
What?
She poop all in there?
Yeah, she's been here all night, which is good.
Getting it cleaned out so we can milk. Hey, hey, hey. Calm down. I know you're ready to eat. I know. Hold on, we gotta get cleaned out. Don't like the cold weather either. Hmm. No. Watch out. All right, I'm back in the car because it was so cold. So I hurried to get on everything done that I needed to do. Matt and Paul, his dad, are trying to figure out water for the chickens because the little heater that we got is not working. So I think they just went inside and filled it up with water. Hopefully they'll at least be able to get a little bit of water before it freezes again. But I did still get 9 eggs, which is surprising. I kind of thought it may not lay anything today, but it's way colder than I thought. My hands are frozen. I had gloves, but they're not insulated, so I definitely need to buy some of those.
Don't look like she's got no milk yet.
It's a big baby. Look at that beard. He has a beard?
You have some colossum?
I think we didn't give it all to.
I think you did.
I'll run to a trash supply and get some fresh anyway.
You gonna try to give her some milk till then? Yep.
You see the baby donkey? Baby donkey.
Those are so cold. What's that taste like, huh? Huh?
Which one had the baby?
The only female out there.
Oh, was there only one?
So now, Mom, now the brother
I don't
has a
think you would have
big,
made it to the day
another baby.
out there.
The baby sister brother.
That is so cool.
I don't think he wants.
Look at you, so good.
Well, that was an interesting morning.
Yep.
Baby donkey born. I didn't know she was pregnant. You kind of had an idea that she might be.
I thought she looked kind of big.
Looking kind of big. So, the donkey that had a baby is an older donkey, and apparently she didn't have any milk, so they got the baby brought inside. What's a baby donkey called? A kid? Is that right, or is that a goat? Oh, I don't know. I'm just calling it a baby donkey. We can look it up. So, anyways, they got her in the laundry room. Colt. Yeah, I don't know. That's a horse. But anyways, they got her in the laundry room with a heating pad and blankets, and tried to give her some milk, but she didn't really want it, so they're gonna go to Tractor Supply, and well, it was cow's milk. Try to go to Tractor Supply and get colostrum. Go from there. Hopefully she'll make it, but we'll keep y'all updated. Good morning. It is day 2 of this crazy winter weather. It's Saturday, Christmas Eve, and it is 9 degrees.
9 degrees outside.
It's a little bit earlier than yesterday, about 30 minutes earlier, that we're getting out there.
I don't think that has anything to do with the temperature.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is. I think it's just a lot colder today. Hopefully it's not as windy, but I'm sure it will be. We definitely brought all of the layers again. I got me some gloves. Thank you, Matt. He gave me an early Christmas present. Insulated gloves. And then we even have hot hands and these little headgear things that cover
She
the
did
face.
not like.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought that was overkill, but I'm glad he got them because it was cold. Yesterday, really, since we had those, the only thing that got cold for me was my hands because I had some gloves that were not insulated. And so, like, by the end of chores, my hands were red and hurting. But yeah, we'll see how today goes.
What's up, everybody? So I am in my little hutch, making sure she's fed while Caitlin milks. Want to give you guys a little update. Got here this morning to do chores, and it was super cold, a lot colder this morning than yesterday. And then the donkey did not make it last night. Had trouble trying to get colostrum in him and couldn't ever get him to eat. It was just a struggle. Found him actually yesterday morning and did not look good, and so brought him in, tried to get him warmed up, couldn't ever get him to eat. So did not make it, which is kind of sad. The kids would be upset when they found out, but I guess that's just part of life, living on a farm. And so now we're milking. Just went and got the eggs, and we had several eggs freeze and ended up cracking. So that's kind of interesting. But it's another cold morning. Gonna try to get it done. Get the cows milked, and we get to go back inside where it's warm. So she's been laying in here and sleeping every night. And we just clean the poop out every morning and put fresh hay down. But this little area on the other side of the head gate kind of has turned into like a little hay trough. So she can just eat hay whenever she needs it. That keeps her from spreading it out and kicking it around and stuff. So and keeping her from spoiling it. And so when in the morning times we come get the extra hay, put it out here, put new hay in. So it's just like a revolving deal. So yesterday and the day before, one bale of hay lasted 2 days. And so we'll see how it goes this today. But anyway, we're done for the day. We're gonna go warm up. Thank you guys for following along with us today. Like and subscribe.